What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Rocket.
My name is Pin Clicker.
My name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
And I'm Chip Chomper.
Well, gentlemen, we are back, and today we are talking about another fun hypothetical rocketry situation where we get to spend a bunch of money that we don't have because people really enjoy these episodes, and it's fun to fantasize about having like Matt levels of money sometimes.
You say map level, right? Map level of money.
No.
It would be like if we say all worked at Garmin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, you guys.
What, man? We're speaking truth to power.
All right. Well,
he's like, it's not my fault I finished college, you bum. So, anyway, the prompt was to spend $5,000 on rocket stuff. You have 1 hour to spend it. Taylor and Shane both didn't understand that multiple stores were allowed, which makes me think Matt probably also didn't, and that was my fault. Is that a yes, Matt? You didn't know that you could do more than one?
I was just lazy.
Oh, well, I mean, either way, if you actually did this like to the level that you were supposed to, that might be the first time in podcast history anyway. So if you just did it through one store, but you did it correctly, we're all going.
Do you have a list, Matt?
I have a list. Yeah, I have a spreadsheet actually.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. But first, we actually have a rocket surgeon request. So I'm going to put a picture up for you guys, and we're going to describe it to the people. This comes from Jay Rose, and he says, so when I got a fiberglass body tube in the mail, it had a crack by the fin slot. How would I go about fixing it? And what it actually looks like is just like a strand of fiberglass is missing there from the right at the end of the fin slot. It's a Wildman tube, but it's maybe, I mean, it looks like what, a 38 millimeter tube or 54 maybe?
I think, probably 2 inch.
Yeah.
So that's probably like a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch little piece of filament just kind of ripped out of the exterior of the tube. It's not really going to be a big issue.
You think it's the exterior or the interior?
I think it's exterior.
Oh, yeah. I guess the way that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's just like a external piece. But
I guess if he thinks it's I guess if he's calling it a crack, it might be more likely to be exterior.
I think I also want to point out he's got socks on in the picture. I think that's important to know.
Regardless, I would,
for the listeners.
Yeah,
I would build it as normal, and then if it's on the outside, fill that area. But it shouldn't be a structural issue.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say too. If it needs filling, fill it once you're ready to paint it. But if it's on the inside or it's not really noticeable once you've built it and put fillets on there, just send her sailing. You could do what I do and put 15 coats of primer on there, and you probably won't even see it.
That is a good option.
It's always a good option. So thank you to Jay Rose for sending that in, and I'm going to double check and make sure we haven't gotten any emails, and then we're going to dive into this. Does anybody want to go first when we get to the $5,000 thing?
No.
I can. I'll go first.
Okay.
Wow, Taylor's the only one who's going to step up to the plate.
Are we going to go around in a square and share our one at a time, or are we just going full list?
I think maybe we should just go ahead and do the whole list. I don't know. That one this one doesn't seem like it would do great for the round square circle thing.
Yeah, seems a little confusing.
Yeah, are we saying the price of each thing?
Yeah, if you have them, do it.
Okay.
We ready to rock?
Yes, sir. Let her rip. Okay. Whoa! Hold on, let me get the laugh track going.
Yeah, get her fired up.
All
yeah,
right.
So this was an interesting, what do we call it? A
challenge?
Activity?
Challenge? Exercise?
Conundrum?
Homework?
Perhaps?
Because I didn't want to just buy, because my instinct is just to buy all motors. But then I was like, well, what are some of the things that if I just handed money that I was like, kind of things that I want that I wouldn't probably buy otherwise? So I tried to throw some other stuff in here too. Although at this point I've been buying so much stuff that a lot of stuff that I just have. So, you know, the consumables or the non-consumable. I don't know. Like I could have bought $100 worth of Nomex protectors and that would have been cool, but I already have that.
Right. That's where I landed. I was like, what if somebody handed me $5,000 right now? What would I buy that would actually like be useful to me right now as a person who has 35,000 unbuilt rockets and unflown motors? What do I really need that's going to cost 5 G's right now?
So I kind of thought of like, you know, I should restock my, you know, the milk, flour, sugar of my Rocketry items. So
all right,
we'll keep that in mind. Plus a couple of bonus. We'll do the bonus ones first. So I have a Telemetrum, Altus Metrum Telemetrum for $300. And to use that properly, I figured I should get the starter ground station system for $265.99. And then figured there's a couple kits that I wouldn't mind having, even though I have way too many rockets. You know, I've been wanting that Interceptor 98 for quite a while. So $296.99 on that. And then throw in a Mach 2 because I want one, and it rounded out the end of my list quite nicely price-wise to get up to almost exactly $5,000. And then here's the sugar, flour, eggs of my motors here.
Eggs.
5 J350s for $431.95. 2 K1103s for $302.38. 2 K375s for $419.38. 2 K1000s for $365.38. An L1940 for $273.59. An M2050 for $365.39. An M2500 for $773.99, and an N2000 for $1,094.39, coming to a total of $4,998.32. Just some stuff that it would be nice to have on hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know sort of. Maybe I'll dust off the N2000 this week.
Because I was like, what if you just, those are sort of like in the back of your range box. Just, you know, when you never know when you're going to need a J350. You might as well have 5 sitting there.
I've run into that scenario so many times. I've thought exactly what I need right now is 5 38.
Like, am I out of motors? Well, what about the 5 J350s?
So
this is sort of a base, sort of a baseline, if you will.
This is kind of how my current situation is, except it's AMW J230s. Which is really stupid, but
except
that's good.
You can't fly those in California.
Yeah, and they're all going to be K555s anyway, so it's fine. They'll become research motors. I could fly them at FAR, and I might do that. We'll see. I might also take one to Tripoli, Vegas. I think we're going to go to Oktoberfest.
What's funny is I was tempted to just make to do like way too many J350s because I like the idea of just
having like 12
an
of
all-purpose
them.
motor that I just have sort of an infinite amount of. And so if I was given $5,000 for some reason, I thought that would be a funny thing to do, but I didn't. I toned it back a little bit and made the list a little bit more exciting.
Well, did you see my example list for the Patreon people when I asked them?
No.
It was Lock Precision 1-inch Iris. It was $23.10, and then 131 F-35 White Lightnings for a total of $4,909.71. So for $5,000, you could buy a Lock Precision 1-inch Iris and fly it 131 times, which is pretty solid, honestly. Like that would take you a long time. But all right, well that's a pretty solid list. Honestly, I did kind of go into this expecting yours to just be propellant. Well,
I thought about putting more rockets, but like I already have a bunch of rockets that I haven't built, and I thought about getting parts, but I'm like, that's sort of just the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going with components, it was going to make the list really long to price out. So
That's a good point. Just when I was trying to find something after I put the 131 F motors in there, I was like, what is going to cost this amount of money? So I was like looking at nose cones and stuff. I was like, I should just get a kit because I was just trying to put together a quick example with more than one item. Speaking of items, I'm realizing now I skipped over a part of the intro in my personal paper. We gotta quickly tell the nice folks that there's new Anti-Gravity Group merch available. How could I have forgotten?
oh
Woohoo.
yes,
Wow.
it looks
What?
pretty
No
sick.
way.
What's
what
on
does
it?
it look like?
Yeah, what does it look like,
Oh,
Braden?
Well, for the people that are viewing, I'm gonna pull this tab up now so you can check it out, but we'll describe it for the nice folks that are just
Wow.
listening. We have both framed and unframed posters of the 12-inch Punisher flying at Midwest Power last year with a phenomenal photo by Chuck Haskin with the Phantom Anti-Gravity Group logo, the new logo that Sam did for us in the background there. They're 12 by 18, so if you don't want to pay $20 for the frame from the website, you can get your own frame and save $20. How's that sound? I know what
Pretty
you're
good.
thinking. Wasn't there a gray tube on that rocket when it flew at Midwest Power? And we're going to move on to the next bit of merchandise that there is.
What?
Dude, Nigel the Rocket hat, both beanie and trucker edition.
Ooh,
The beanie's
Cool.
kind of sick.
It's the embroidery looks kind of funny on it because like you can't just print on there.
Oh, that's
so it's an
embroidered?
embroidered Nigel.
Whoa.
But it's kind of
whoa,
sick.
fancy.
Kind of
You
down
can
with
get them in a
it.
few different colors. Get the pink one, dude.
That's going to last.
Thanks.
That sounded so sarcastic.
Yeah, it sounded like a soundbite.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Nigel the Rocket Cat hoodies, dude. With just a singular big Nigel right in the middle.
I kinda like it.
want one of these. Also, this is our friend Jennifer. She did some modeling for us. For
Yeah, I was gonna say-
we set up a nice shoot for the merch drop. Definitely not a pre-existing model that Fourth Wall uses. And there's Nigel the Rocket Cat shirts, as well as the new Anti-Gravity Group logo shirt, like the one
I really
that
like
I was
it.
wearing in Argonia. And it's available in a bunch of different colors. So a nice, easy
think I'm
URL
gonna-
to remember.
I'm gonna get one in every color. That's the only shirt I will wear now.
Wow.
Dude,
Oh.
that's going to cost you a lot of money, but there is actually great news because it's going to save you a good bit on shipping. Because right now, for the first couple weeks of the stores open, if you spend over $50, you get free shipping.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
No, sir, this is for real.
Whoa.
And
Amazing.
I haven't adjusted the podcast URL yet. So here's a nice, easy URL for you kind folks. Remember, that's antigravitygroup-shop.fourthwall.com.
It rolls
That
off
is
the tongue.
antigravitygroup-shop.fourthwall.com. Or you can just click the link in the description because that's a giant pain in the A. So I've got to work on that. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it, dude. The posters look pretty sick.
Is there a way we can get a bigger poster than that?
Yeah, we get pretty much whatever size we want. How big do you want it? I want one for my blank wall back there.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can discuss later. I guess we can make it whatever we want, huh? So
Yep, we
I
have the
want
freedom
a
to do
big
so.
big A1.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, let's get back to this. The $5,000 showdown here. Who wants to go next? Matt, did you want to go next?
Yeah, I guess I can go next. So all right, thank you everybody. Well, I kind of feel like I just assumed that we had to build a rocket with all of this money that we were given. So I thought I'd make Taylor jealous. Okay. Everybody go home.
Oh,
Yep. I went with an 8-inch Wildman Interceptor. That's $1,300.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Matt's
I thought-
coming out swinging.
Well,
How you
yeah.
gonna get that to the launch site?
we'll figure it out.
masterpiece.
I think, yeah, I was going to say that Taylor masterpiece. And I'm thinking about storing it in Taylor's garage too.
Oh, I've
perfect.
heard that's
Good call.
a good place to put big rockets.
Yeah,
There's a ton of room here.
the best part about storing your rockets at Taylor's place is it costs $0.00, so it doesn't put me out of the budget any.
Wait, really? It's free?
Yeah, it's free.
Dude, because I'm
I've
paying
heard
like
that's
$100
only true if your name isn't Matt.
Free with interest.
Well, I'm paying $100 a month for my storage unit that has the Honest John and V2 and a bunch of other stuff in there. Can I just
I'll
bring
bring it
those
on.
over?
Yeah, come on.
All right, sweet.
You're wasting
There's Fiesta
fill her
S2
up.
wheels in there too. Can those come as well?
Yeah, let's pack her full.
All right, yeah. Floor to ceiling, dude. People really do cram stuff in those storage units. It's insane when people are there and they open it and it's just a
dude.
wall that goes all the
Yeah.
way back.
A lot of
It's
people
so
do that
nuts.
with their garage too.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Unfortunately, sorry, Matthew. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. So that costs about $13,000. Oh wait, no,
Oh, dude.
$1,300. I accidentally added 10 to my cart. So, no, I'm kidding. I just read it. I just read it wrong. $1,300. Then I went with the Cert 3 extra large parachute. $215. I thought I would need a motor case for it, so I got a 98 millimeter 10-240 case. That's $758. For my eBay, I went with the Blue Raven, $200, and then an Easy Mini altimeter from Altus Meltrum.
Taylor.
Yeah, you
Taylor.
got it. Taylor.
Taylor.
Thank you. And then so for the motor that I chose for that, I wanted to put the M6000 in it, but I don't think that it was available on Wildman's website. Also, all of this is through Wildman. I told you I was being lazy. So I went with an M1939, $773. And then I thought I would add an M20 or M2500 as well. That's another
Yeah.
700. And then I thought it'd be fun to add 5 K1103s to that. That'd be $800. Yeah. So roughly, I don't know what I want to do with those, but I think I liked those motors a lot. So I thought I just
That's a
you know
good-
Yeah.
Matt's tastes are getting it.
Refined.
they're becoming
Yeah,
evolved. I no
Refined.
I
Quite
no
refined.
longer don't like broccoli, and now I'm starting to like tomatoes. You know,
Matt
So-
now has a motors he really, really likes list.
Yeah, at least
I
yeah,
no
that's
longer
true.
don't like broccoli, and I'm starting to like tomatoes. Dude. There was no contrast there.
I know I screwed that up.
There's a soundbite
yeah.
for you.
Matt has fully bought the Kool-Aid on the cool motors list, dude. That
Yeah,
is fantastic.
I even looked
I
up
like-
some videos of the 1939 just to remember, and I was like, oh, that is a pretty sick motor.
It's a banger. So is the
Yeah.
M2500 and the K1103.
What
So
if I
Taylor,
told you
yeah.
we have a rocket that will have one of those and 4 other motors that we're
Woo!
going to fly at Midwest Power?
I would say I'm going to be there to see that for sure.
You better be, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
yeah. That's
So all that I missed a few things for the 8-inch Wildman Interceptor, but that put me at roughly $4,950. So I could probably fill in
Well done.
maybe put some Fifth Avenues in my shopping cart.
dude. If Tim started selling candy,
Some zero bars. Fifth Avenues.
it would be chaos.
We would
all right.
straight up just be buying candy from Tim at launches.
So much.
Hey, Jack, you got any more Reese's in there?
Dude, if that goes on sale on Black Saturday, my cart's full of it.
It's getting ugly quick.
Wow.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, well, actually, when you were like, "I'm gonna make Taylor jealous," I was like, "I don't know," but you built out quite a tailored list there. Honestly,
Thanks.
The 8-inch Interceptor, dude. Where the fins are
Yeah.
so insane.
What's funny is I only liked the 4-inch Interceptor.
Oh. Well,
Wow,
mine's
man.
bigger, so and I'll build it first. So there we go.
But your motor tastes were quite nice. I was into
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Dude, yeah, a big batch of K1103s would fix me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, my dream is to only order motors by the batch.
Yeah, dude. We'll
if you
just have a direct guy.
If you're just giving $5,000, I'm sure that would be a lot easier.
Yeah, honestly, if you just had this money and we're like, yeah, I need 25 K1100s,
We're
probably
buying
do it. Okay.
wholesale now.
Imagine just like signing up to be a vendor because you're going to put $50,000 orders in and then just keeping it all.
You're like, yeah, never mind. I'll just use it. Oh, it sounds like a financially responsible
That's the
thing.
dream, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, Shane, are you going or me?
I'll go.
All right.
All right.
Starting out my list, I've got two K1103s for $335.98. I've got two K550s for $335.98. Two K185s for the same price. Two L1940s for $607.98. Two J570s for $227.98. Two J350s for $191.98. Two i600s for $179.98. An M1315 for $455.59, a K250 for $346.99, a K375 for, hold on, I lost track of my rows,
Dang.
$232.99, a J180 for $109.99, and a J800 for $135.99. And that's the end of my propellant list. As you can tell, I kind of leaned one direction. Continuing.
Great band, so yeah.
Fair. We've got a Mach 2 for $120.99, a Skyangle Cert 3 XL for $189, a Cert 3 large deployment bag for $25, and a Cert 3 extra large deployment bag for $30, two Easy Minis for $160, a 7.5-inch T-Lock for $272.85.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
That's nice.
Wow.
A 30-inch, 24-inch, 18-inch, and 12-inch top flight thin mill chute for $62.25 for all of them. And then we've got 30 yards of 1-inch Kevlar for $142.50. We have 100 yards of 3/8 Kevlar for $299, and 100 yards of 1/4-inch Kevlar for $195. Finally, a 1/4-inch Quick Link for $5 to bring the total to $499.99.
Oh.
Sorry,
Are you
for
telling me a single quick link is $5?
yeah, for $49.99. That's
Wait,
what I
you said
meant.
1/4 inch. I was thinking
Yeah.
1/8 inch.
Dude.
That is crazy.
Did
There
not
we go.
pop.
You did it. You
I did.
maxed it out.
Yeah, $1 short. I don't know, hit a
Hit a rail
vending
button?
machine maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, get a Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there wasn't any cheaper quick links than that, so you can't really do that.
I was $1.68 short.
Mine is
Oh,
pretty close. So, like I said, it was a tough thing for me to be like, what would I actually buy if somebody gave me $5,000 right now? Because I have way too much rocket stuff and way too many rocket motors for how much I'm not flying or building them as often as I could be. So naturally, I landed on the best thing to do would be to buy some rockets and rocket motors. I think that's the best solution I could have landed on. However, this is fairly new news, so you'll be unsurprised to know that my first stop on the shopping list here is with our friend Robert over at Animal Motor Works, where I have added
Yeah.
an
good idea.
N4000 Blue Baboon for $1,200, an M2200 Skid Mark for $600, an M3000 Super Tiger for $600, and an M1900 Blue Baboon for $475. It's $2,875 in total from AMW. I almost got greedy here and put two N4000s just because I'm like, why not? You know? But I was like,
dude.
no, I'll be a little more adventurous than this. They also have the the 4-grain 98 Blue Baboon N, but I don't have that case. So I was like, well, I could just have that, but I don't have the case. Although I'm sure someone I know has one and would let me borrow it. So, but whatever. that's pretty good to add to the current AMW stock. These are just things that I can't have, or that I can have now that I don't have in the current AMW stock. Actually, I have an M1900. It's just missing 2 grains. So really, I have the L version. And I need to ask Robert about the core sizes because I have a 3 grain case and I don't particularly want to blow it up. Actually, you know what's really stupid? I have 3 75 3 grain snap ring cases.
Or you
no
could
real
just
reason.
order 2 more grains.
Yeah, dude, did you see that he's selling propellant grains?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is pretty sick. So I'm like, yeah. I had that same thought, and they're pretty affordable, and I have 6,000 liners for like years, so I might do that. But I was kind of thinking about putting the L variant in the competitor, but like the M would also go pretty hard, so could do that. Okay. To no one's surprise, the next stop is Wildman Rocketry. I've got Sky Angle Cert 3 extra large in there, obviously. 2 easy minis. All right, because those things rule. Yep. And Taylor and I are on the same wavelength here. The Telemetrum V3 and the Tele Starter System, 265 and 300. The easy minis are 160 and the shoot is 189. And this one might come as a bit of a surprise to some, but I need a rocket that I can put N4000s in, obviously. And a rocket that I can fly M's on that's not going to go super high. And the price is going to be a little bit wonky here because I would like to take a page out of the David Reese and Matthew Myers from Olathe, Kansas page, but it is the Demon 150. I would like a 4th fin, but the 6-inch Demon with the 98 mount and the big tail cone is just sick, and it's a 60-inch tube or 48-inch tube with the boat tail. You could like barely squeeze a 98 17.5 in there, but it will fit. So I'm like, that's sick. You can fly it on like 4 grain M's and it's not going to go crazy high because it's a 6-inch rocket, but like on an N, it will go pretty hard. So that's $786.50 without the 4th fin. I don't know what the 4th fin would cost me, so I just didn't consider it. If it came down to having it and having to have the 3rd fin, then, or only 3 fins, that's fine. But, you know, just in case anyone listening is curious, Christmas shopping for me, perhaps, and keeping their eyes on what might be on sale on Black Saturday. No longer have the P.O. box, but Tim has my address. So if you feel like, you know, splurging a little, just dropping $800. And then, so that brings my total with Wildman to $1,700.99. And my final stop is at Featherweight, where I have a Blue Raven plus the 2 Power Perch combos. If you buy 2 Av Bays or Power Perches with a Blue Raven, you get a discount. So that's $222. And then obviously another Blue Raven to go with that 2nd Power Perch, and a mag switch with a standard magnet because I want to convert one of my GPS transmitters like Shane did. Brings my featherweight total to $422 and my overall total to $499.99. So I'm pretty close there.
Well done.
201 away.
Dang.
That's solid.
Shane got closest to Taylor, 2nd. I don't know. I think I got closer than Braden.
Weren't you like $50 off?
I was like $50 off. Wait, I thought you said you were $200 off.
No, $2. $2.01.
All right, you're 3rd. I'm last. Thanks.
Yeah, right where you belong, Matthew.
Oh, I forgot to be wearing a hat. Sorry.
Oh well, you're just not glossy today.
Yeah,
For
you're not glossy.
Those tracking mats, meme names.
Gum.
He's Matt with an E at the end. That is crazy work.
I'm clever. Thanks.
Yeah, something like that.
Mate.
But you know who's more clever?
Nigel?
The fine people on the Anti-Gravity Group podcast Patreon. Shout out to John Rogers for becoming the elitist supporter, becoming one of the most recent people to join the highest tier, the elitist, at $10 a month. So thank you. And I think the only one actually otherwise is Eric Beavers. So
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John Rogers, and thank you to everyone
That's
else who
awesome.
has joined the Patreon at patreon.com/AGGpod. Is that it? Or is it AGG Podcast? I can never remember.
Oh my gosh, Braden, get it together.
Get it together. Matt doesn't even...
Oh.
Unbelievable, dude. It is AGG Pod. Okay. Let's take a look at what our fine Patreon supporters over there would spend their money on. Christopher Phillips says 4-inch Wildman Punisher, $261. Every available motor to fly it, total $261. So I figured maybe we can help him out a little bit here. My nomination goes to 11 M2050s and 1 L1940, which should put you right there. Anyone want to make some suggestions there?
Oh wait, that's all that's on his list?
Just the Punisher, yeah. So he said every motor available to fly it. So do you have any suggestions for the remaining, 48 and change, or 47 and change? 47.
A 4-inch Punisher?
Yes. M1850s, actually. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if
M1315.
2 or 3 of every flavor might do it.
Dang.
Or might I suggest an Animal Motorworks M1900 Blue Baboon? If you have a tail cone on there, you could probably fit a 7600 in there. You go M3000. Don't waste an M2200 on a light rocket, though. That's not what we're here to do, right?
I guess.
Okay.
It'd still be cool.
UPS Rocket Man. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. UPS Rocket Man says Wildman Full-Scale Tomahawk, a Wildman Shapeshifter 5, an Aerotech 98 2480, 15360, and 10240 cases for a total of $5,008.87. I'm fine paying $8 out of my own pocket for that. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty stacked lineup.
Yeah,
The 2480 case, I'm just like, instead of buying that case personally, I could have an N2000 for the 15360 case.
Yeah, I'm not getting the value out of it, really.
Yeah, if you put an N4000 and N2000 next to each other from the same distance, other than the N4000 burns in half the time, I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. You know what I mean? And well, granted, we're in a 12-inch rocket, but the extra cost versus how much extra performance you get out of the thing is not really. It's a diminishing return in our case in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if someone hands you $5,000, I would be tempted.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If someone's just like, here you go, you want this? But in terms of like long cases, I'd be way more tempted to get the N2700 and the 75 240.
Same.
I did actually, like, to Matt's point where he was like, the M6000 was out of stock. I was pretty willing to just let that slide in this one, play it real loose because, every once in a while you can buy an 3400 or an N5800. And since we're living in fantasy land where we just have 5Gs to throw around, we might as well live in the fantasy land where we're in one of those 10-minute windows where those motors are in stock. And I didn't put any of those on my list, and I even actually own the case. It's just because I think I don't own the case, because like I know I'm going to lose it. So like I need another one, really, which is a problem right now. Anyway, let's go back to the Patreon. Rocket Flyer 1299 says NAR lifetime membership $2,500, which I did not know was a thing.
Whoa.
By the way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, that's actually not a terrible deal when you get down to it. If my certs transfer over, but this guy has gone full philanthropy, and he says, gift 10 times senior AAA memberships for new members, 70 each for a total of $700. 10 senior AAA memberships for renewal people, 60 each for $600. 41-year college AAA memberships, $20 each for a total of $800. And 41-year junior AAA memberships, $10 each for $400. Total should be exactly $5,000.
Wow.
So he's just trying to
Wow.
pull everyone into
Spread
the
the
hobby and keep
love.
them here.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's what we like to see. Everybody,
Yeah, that's awesome.
a round of applause for Rocket Flyer 1299.
Way to make us all look nice and selfish.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I don't know about you selfish boops, but I feel like being charitable. And we're like, dude, what if we had 15 J350s? But you know what, Matt? You know who's equally as smart as the folks over on the Anti-Gravity Group Patreon?
Well, in the email bag?
No, the people at patreon.com/rocketvlogs.
Oh, yeah.
Those people are also quite smart. So first we have Liam. He says, from Chris's Rocket Supplies, an N5800 for $1670. See, he's living in the right kind of fantasy world. M2020 for $717. CTI 98.6XL for $654. CTI 75 6 grain for $436. I already see a hole in the logic here, but I'll explain it in a moment. Chris's Rocket Supplies total $3,477. Wildman Rocketry. Carbon fiber 98 60-inch tube for $387. A 75 60-inch tube for $368. Carbon fiber 75 and 98 couplers for 37 and 59 respectively. 98 millimeter AV baylets for 22 and 17. A 5-to-1 75 nose cone, $71. 98 MD retainer, 66. 75 MD retainer for $52. 4 square feet of 1/4 inch fiberglass plate for $184, and 4 square feet of 1/8 inch fiberglass plate for $79. West system for $138. Colloidal silica for $40, for a total of $4,981. Base for a large amount of materials for Project Vulcan, aka my pipe dream of an N5800 M2020 to capture high altitude footage of the Perseids in the mesosphere as they burn up. I believe that's how you pronounce that.
Perseids?
Is that how it is?
Believe so. Yeah. The meteor shower.
Well, yeah. The meat eater shower.
No.
Wow.
There's a bit of a flaw here in this that I would like to poke a couple holes. For one, 98.6XL for 654 is undoubtedly just the case and not also the closures, which you are going to need. So I have to assume the CTI 75 6 grain case is also like that. And
Wait,
if
you
you're
sure
doing
it wasn't
an
the complete set?
for 650, mine was like $900 last year.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
That can't be right. Also, if you're going to build a minimum diameter N5800 to M2022 stage, I would highly consider reconsidering using West System epoxy for that. You're sort of operating outside the bounds of what's really possible with the boat epoxy at that point. Also, a good way to save about $110 would be to take those minimum diameter retainers and just put them right in the trash where they belong. We don't need none of that around here. Right, Taylor?
Dang.
That's right.
What are you putting motor blocks in your rockets for, people? Why do you thread motor cases in when tape exists, dude? I finally got Eric on board, and I friction fit his case for him, and I don't know how hard it was to get out, but it certainly took some effort to get in. But that's just how it goes. People are like, oh, but then you just twist it. Like, yeah, but then you could never put a longer motor in that thing. Not even Estes puts motor blocks in a lot of their kits anymore, dude. We're past this. Tim's probably mad. He's like, hey, I sell those. Don't
Yeah.
don't do that. All right, fine. If you want to have your little twisty glue-in motor retainers, go for it. Not fun in my head of an idea of Anyway, Colin M says from Wildman. That's wildmanrocketry.com, where you can buy a lot of cool stuff and minimum diameter retainers. 98mm 15360 motor casing with forward and aft closures and seal disc, $869.39. An Aerotech N2000, $1094. God, that's the Wildman Club price too. They're $1,100 now. 98mm motor retainer assembly, universal flange mount, $89. Ultimate Wildman fiberglass kit, $708.29. A jumbo 8-inch interceptor, $1306.79. A carbon fiber upgrade for $595. Cert 3 XXL parachute, $215.5 inch tubular Kevlar 3-loop harness, 40 feet times 2, 5/16 swivel for $13.16. Altimeter mounting post for $754. Total, Colin wins, $4,999.99.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You know, I'd like to poke a hole in everybody's flaws, though. There's no tax on any of this stuff, so everybody's out.
You like to poke a hole in everybody's flaws.
Yeah, you heard it right.
Yeah,
You heard
in
that
that
right.
case, I think everyone's busted except for Matt.
Yeah, it
There's
pays
no
to
way.
undershoot.
There's no way. There's only $50 in tax
Yeah,
in Olathe,
that's fair.
Kansas. On $4,900.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taylor is painting a bad picture of the business practices of the Rocketry world. This is not what we've experienced. We still pay taxes.
We just don't tip people.
Taxes are
You-
covered
That's
as
just
well.
bad.
You don't.
Yeah, don't
Rest
put
of
us
us
on the
do.
buzz of that. Richard Schubert says N1000 times 3. Yeah, here we go. 37, 73, 56 and a new 98, 15, 360 case. 969, 965.59. The rest on gas money to get to Arconia, which is $260.44. Fair enough. I like it.
Yeah.
Jeff says Wildman Jumbo Drago, custom made, estimated the price of $1,500. I'd say it's probably going to be 13. It's about 13, I'd assume, right, Matt?
Things tend to be.
About 13.
13 is about 13.
Okay.
Thanks.
A 98 2480 for $1,450 and N4000 for $1,800. Two RRC 3 Pluses for $150 and the RTX GPS telematics navigator system for $400. Total $5,300. Can I borrow $300 from someone? Well, actually, you're going to be at 51 if it's $1,300 So, I mean, you could skip the RTX GPS and do a featherweight one. Isn't that 300? No, I think it's like 5. I don't know. A good effort regardless. The big Drago. I honestly not the biggest fan of the Drago.
Yeah, it doesn't really do it for me.
I actually built like the original one when he first released. It's a 2.6, I think, or was it 2? I can't remember, but I bought one on Black Saturday when he released them in like 2014 or something like that because they were super cheap. And I built it and I put green flame decals on it from Mark and then never painted the nose cone because I didn't want the green to look different than the green on the flames. So I was going to wait till I could get it color match paint. And then I sold it. And the person I sold it to sent pictures to Tim. So that rocket is the picture for the
I didn't know
Drago.
that.
Yeah, that was mine. So the fillets probably look like S if I'm honest. But Chase in the Discord now, the Rocket Vlogs Discord, says Kate transmitter, $1,500, an 05500 for $3,000, and 125 C65s for $4 each.
Wow.
He says, someone said, gotta get those C65s, and he replied, that's the sustainer. Awesome. Could you imagine? Dan says, I'd get a Dr. Rocket 541706 case because I just bought the normal one and reloads to go with it. That's kind of a tough, well, I don't think you can, I think we have to veto that one. You can't buy it at a store. Unless Ken Allen has one, then it might just be on his website.
Yeah.
Because he does still sell like AMW hardware and like snap ring stuff, and he'll be like in the listings, he's like, this one's a Cosden case or this one's a Gorilla case. Anyway, we'll just assume that it's the same price. He says K1103, K550, K1100, K2015, K805. And also look at a 6-inch black fly from Mac Performance, a 755120 case,
That's a good one.
and an M2050 Propellant X. I think that might be under 5K. Man, you didn't even math it out. We're over here doing all the work. I'm not doing the math. Someone let us know in the comments. Yeah, the 6-inch black fly is sick.
If I could redo my list, I'd do the 6-inch black fly because it's just prohibitively overpriced to the point where I cannot buy it. But
How much is
really,
it?
really cool. I mean, it's reasonable cost for what it is, I suppose. It's just more than I want to pay.
Doesn't
I
it
wanna
have
say
a
it's like-
fiberglass airframe? Yeah, it's
all
$650, dog.
fiberglass.
That's like how much a 6-inch fiberglass kit costs.
Okay, so it's not overpriced, but it's just it's over my price limit is more
Got
what
it.
I was trying to say.
So if anybody's shopping for a present from Taylor or for Christmas,
That's right. Give me a 6-inch black fly from Mac Performance. That's what
and
I want.
I don't know if Mike from Mac Performance knows Taylor's address, but Tim does. So you can say, hey, get Taylor's address from Tim. I'm purchasing him this 6-inch black fly right after you bought
Honestly,
me my 6-inch demon.
I'll take a 4-inch black fly too if the 6-inch is too much.
I have one of those. I need to finish building it. It's just been sitting, like everything else. While we're making crisp,
5 fins just really pulls me in. I don't know.
it is pretty cool. I think it's because of Porthos. That has 6, right? But
Yeah,
you're just like,
I don't know.
almost.
It's close.
The fin shapes are kind of similar too.
It is. Matt, Shane, you guys want to put any Christmas requests while we're throwing that out there?
I don't know. And 5,400. Oh.
Went straight to the end motor. We're being humble over here at Taylor with our $700 rockets. Postart,
Oh boy.
8-inch gizmo.
Ooh, yeah, I'd throw an 8-inch gizmo in the mix. I'd take one.
Are you going to do the dual deploy one though, or are you going to keep it traditional length?
I'll keep it short.
I kind of, for some reason, that kit, just because I thought it was cool when I was young, gets an exemption to the stretch rule for me. Plus, because it's not really a scale rocket, right? So I'm like, the dual deploy ones are fine for some reason. I think it's mostly just because then you can fit a giant motor in it, and that's sick.
Well, I mean, you got to try harder. You could fit a big motor in the small one.
Well, I don't need to now because I have an 8-inch V2, which is like almost identical in build and weight.
Yeah.
And I can fit a 15360 in it. So, and a 17.5. Oh my God, I should put an N4000 in the V2.
Oh, that'd be
It'll
sick.
fit a 17.5?
Yeah, remember Clifton's case fit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, yeah, it'll fit. It's, I think they're 47 inches. I can't remember. I think it'll fit. I'll have to look into that because that would be crazy. Huh. All right. This is worth considering. We'll have to get into that later. I think we have a couple more here. Yug S says N5800, $1,800. O3400, $1,800. Altus Metrum Telemega V7, $400. 1 gallon HTR 212 kit, 220, 20 yards, a Hexel IM7 Uni. I don't think these are really count as rocketry vendors, but we're towards the end of the show. We'll let it slide. 5 yards, a Hexel IM7 woven fabric, 30 feet of solar 4-inch carbon sleeve, and however much 4-inch fiberglass sleeve, $230 can buy. Polaris says $5,000 of 90 micron AP. That's all right.
Wow.
And Rafe says Aerotech 75mm case set, Wildman, $1,683.99. 5 Aerotech K455s for $1,474.95. And for the high school ARC team I just left because I graduated, 42 packs of F-39Ts for $1,805.58. Leaving me with $37 left over to get a 1/4-inch tubular Kevlar by 25-foot 3-loop for $36. Not bad. $1 short. And finally, Dougie Dalla says a Valkyrie 40-foot parachute is only $36.99. That'll land a 200-pound rocket at 9 feet per second. Seems like a future buy for the AGG. It does sound like that, but we don't know who's going to buy it.
Yeah.
So if you really want a ball for Christmas, actually no. If you're gonna spend $3,600, don't buy us a giant parachute or $3,700. Just get us each. Just pay for the Punisher to fly.
Yeah.
That's all we really want.
But we could all collectively, as a group, make that happen by going to antigravitygroup-shop.fourthwall.com or clicking the link in the description, checking out some of the new merch because it's sick. Free shipping over $50. We have an email, gentlemen. From
another?
What's up?
Just want to tell the people to get Nigel the Rocket hat.
Yes. Yeah. Which one though?
Any of them, they're all good.
Yeah,
I'm partial
agree.
to the beanie myself.
Yeah.
I kind of want one, but I don't really have a lot of beanie time in my yearly schedule anymore.
It'd be good for the Midwest
in
power
Southern
trip.
California.
but
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and balls.
Oh, and I guess
Yeah.
when we go home for the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, and balls was actually almost too nice for a beanie this year. It only got down to like the low 50s.
Whoa.
So, shout out climate change. Liam says, hey, AGG, with the recent addition of the AMW N4000 to the arsenal, I have a Punisher load I think we should fly. He's saying we. Seems to imply he's going to help pay for it. Here's the load. 3 outboard M2050s and 3 L1520s and a central AMW N4000. We ignite the 3 M2050s on the pad at first motion and light the L1520s. Then at 2.4 seconds into the 1520s burn, we light the N4000 to finish it off. Ooh, that's kind of a lot going on at the low level. You're asking for a lot of things to go right.
Yeah, there's a lot of room in there for things to turn into a disaster.
He says, I think we need to reach we again if you want to send that we portion of the purchase our way. Please do. It's antigravitygroup-shop.fourthwall.com. Redo the first flight boat with all L1520 outboards and a central N4000 lit on the ground. This, I'm on board with that one.
Yeah, that would
be sick.
Maybe that's what we should do.
That would bang, dude. Wait, dude, we could do M1900s.
Oh.
Yeah, we just don't have the hardware for it right now.
Right now, we'll change that. Okay, new Christmas request. 5 AMW 75 6000 cases and nozzles and bulkheads. Well, I have bulkheads. You only need to get us 3 bulkheads. I can save you some money there.
I have a bulkhead.
Well, easy. Then we're making this way more reasonable than I thought initially. Oh my dude, I mean the N4000 cluster combos are quite good though. Like there's a lot we could get going on.
It'd be a good boost motor for air starts also.
Yeah,
because it's pretty punchy. Yeah, N4000, 3 M650s.
Oh,
dude, the long burns just sound like it's going to be a disaster to me.
Yeah,
650s at first motion. Okay, so they have a little bit of time to come up to pressure. I lit mine really fast.
Cook.
Yeah. And then we'll finish it off with some M1850 action. Oh, we can't fit those. M1315 action.
After the
M650s?
Towards like the last 2 seconds of the 650 burning. So that the N4000 lights and it gets slowly washed out with white flame. And then there's just white flame for like 15 straight seconds. That way we can get a nice good 400-500 mile an hour horizontal velocity going.
Oh,
so Taylor's parachute could get ripped apart like mine.
And if we're lucky, maybe we could get a zipper too. And we can replace the
Oh, please, can we? It looks so fun with your sumo that I'm like, we need that for the Punisher. It looks like such a good time.
Wow.
All right, folks. Well, I think that pretty much brings it to an end. Does anybody have anything else to say?
No.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah, let's get some N4000s.
Yep, that's antigravitygroup-shop.fourthwall.com, where you can just click the link in the description. We have to pay Chuck a commercial license fee for his picture. I'll tell you about it after this, but that's right, folks. We pay photographers around here for the work that they do. Photographers, videographers, especially if I'm going to make money off of it. We pay for the work that people do because camera gear isn't free. And on that note, my name is Braden Carlson. You can find me on patreon.com/RocketVlogs, or you can find me on YouTube at RocketVlogs as well. Follow me on Instagram at RocketVlogs Official and Facebook at RocketVlogs. Just hit 200,000 followers on Facebook, which is insane. And John Mayer follows me on Instagram. I'm going to keep reminding people of that. So I don't know why you're not following me if John Mayer is. Seems a little backwards. You think you're better than John Mayer. That's crazy. And you can also find me on Facebook regularly at Braden Carlson. Just go follow it. Please don't send me a friend request. There's like a million of them coming in. So just press the follow button. All right. I'm trying to reserve the friends list for people I'm like genuinely friends in person with. So thank you. It's nothing personal. I guess kind of it is. Anyway.
Good God, this guy's dragging this outro on.
Yeah.
My name's Taylor. You can find me on YouTube at the Rocket Channel.
My name is Shane. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions and on Instagram at Shane Harris Photo.
And my name's Matt. And I'm off the grid. You can't find me anywhere.
He's not really off the grid.
I know. Yeah, I know.
We are the Anti-Gravity Group. This is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast, and we will see you all next time.
We might just hear from Nigel the Rocket Cat. Load up the professional masterpiece, you can bet on that. A launch and a chat with them is guaranteed to be a blast. It's the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. Ooh.